Are you sick and tired of losing to overleveled royal giants because your opponent just has high-leveled cards and no skill? Or are you just struggling a little bit to get up higher on ladder and increase your personal best? Because today I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks for how to get better and how to upgrade your cards in a more efficient way so you can win more battles. What is up guys, Lord Blake here, and today we're going to be looking at part 1 of my tips and tricks for Clash Royale. In this episode I'm going to be talking about how you upgrade your cards. I'm not going to be listing some top cards to upgrade because everybody has their own individual deck that they like to play. And to suddenly switch decks, this requires lots of time to request and upgrade new cards. So today's video will focus heavily on offensive leveling and defensive leveling and how they work and how they can improve your game. The first thing to understand is what a balance break is. Now what a level balance break is when two cards that normally interact, if one card is leveled up a couple levels, it greatly changes the interaction between these two cards. An example of this is that a fireball can one-shot any musketeer or wizard as long as the fireball is one level higher than the wizard or musketeer. Another balance break is a princess can survive a log as long as the princess is 2 levels higher than the log is. So now that I've explained balance breaks, some of you may be wondering, how does offensive leveling and defensive leveling relate to this? So now let me tell you. Offensive leveling focuses on pursuing that balance break so you can have an advantage when playing an opponent with lower level cards. This would let you one-shot their wizard with a fireball as long as your fireball is 1 level higher than their wizard is. This could also let you immediately get rid of your opponent's minions with your zap as long as your zap is 2 levels higher than the opponent's minions. So how is this different from defensive leveling, you may ask? Defensive leveling focuses on leveling up your cards that can be victims of these balance breaks. Some examples of this include upgrading your musketeer to ensure that she is not one-shotted by a fireball that is a level higher than she is, or upgrading your goblin gang to make sure it won't fall victim to a zap balance break. So now this is where I will give my advice. While offensive leveling and pursuing those balance breaks is not always a bad thing, it will become less and less common as you become higher in trophies to have a +2 level advantage against your opponent. What this does mean is that while it is quite satisfying to instantly delete your opponent's troops with an overleveled zap, it will become less and less effective over time as you become higher in trophies, because your opponents will not have those lower leveled troops as often. This is where defensive leveling shines. If you have a well-rounded deck, although you may not have those overleveled cards, you will be more protected against balance breaks from opponents. And now, if you are protected against these balance breaks, it will allow your matches to be based more on skill rather than the luck of the card levels that you and your opponent have. So I am not totally vouching against upgrading your main win condition in your deck. I'm just suggesting to be aware of your other cards in your deck so you can protect yourself from these balance breaks. So now to sum up today's video. If you want to win more, make sure you strike a fair balance between offensively leveling your cards and defensively leveling your cards, because you will win more often with a well-rounded deck rather than hoping that your opponent has lower leveled cards so you can gain a balance break. This is all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed it and this helps you, consider subscribing and leaving a like. I am starting this channel and I'm very excited to produce more content. And this has been how to get better in Clash Royale at a little under 4 minutes.